he had an opportunity to really take votes away from Joe Biden in South Carolina. He didn't do that. Pete Buttigieg, another loser,
Yep.
because the entire debate, he kept talking over everyone. He kept trying to interrupt, and that is something that doesn't make you endearing to viewers. Like, it's extremely annoying. Like, if Bernie Sanders was doing this too much, I would be irritated. And I get that sometimes you have to elbow your way in, like, to talk at these debates because there's a lot of people. But there's a line, and Pete Buttigieg absolutely crossed it. He did nothing to help himself. He's a loser. Joe Biden, this was his moment to really prove to voters in South Carolina that they should go with him, and not with Bernie Sanders. His performance was just miserable. Now, when it comes to the okay category, I placed Amy Klobuchar here. She could possibly be in the loser category because she did nothing to help herself. I put Elizabeth Warren in the okay category. She tried to recapture the magic of that last debate by going after Bloomberg, but usually lightning doesn't strike twice in the same area, and we kind of saw that. There was an awkward moment where she was asked if she would move the embassy from Jerusalem back to Tel Aviv, and she just said, no, both parties have to make that decision. And people kept trying to correct her, and she just kept repeating that same thing. No, both parties have to make the decision. But this isn't about like what Israel and Palestine wants. We're talking about our decision to move our embassy. So it was just awkward. And when it comes to Bernie Sanders, I think he had a phenomenal performance in spite of all of the attacks. But it's hard to declare him the winner, even if you can say he's the de facto winner, because you know that media is going to do everything in their power to spin it. If you've tuned in to CNN, MSNBC, non-stop, wall-to-wall anti-Bernie Sanders coverage. It's just a fucking
Yeah,
shit
man.
show. You have CNN bringing on Michael Bloomberg's surrogates attacking Bernie Sanders. It's just I don't know what to say. Like, so obviously now I have no winners. I have no winners. Um, I don't think that anyone is truly a winner, but I do have one more entity, if you will, that I will add to the loser category. And that's CBS and the moderators. I mean, that was really embarrassing. I, as a viewer, should not have to worry about moderation. It should just be so good that we don't have to think about it. You should be in control of the candidates so that way they're not talking over each other all throughout the debate. But if you have three people talking at once, longer than 10 seconds, something is seriously wrong with moderation. This debate is going off the rails, and it's your duty as moderators to steer it back in the right direction so maybe we can extract some substance out of this debate. But we got none of that. We got none of that. And this was really just demoralizing to watch if you are, I'm assuming, a viewer and you're still trying to decide who to vote for. Like, I don't know at this point who's still undecided, but if you watch this debate, you're not going to be helped with making your decision. Now, I don't have too much when it comes to the specifics here with regard to this debate, but some things stood out to me. So Tom Steyer, for a second time, claimed that he supports reparations, and I give him credit for that. But at the same time, he says he supports reparations, but he invested in private prisons, which Joe Biden surprisingly called out. You have Mike Bloomberg talk about Israel Palestine and describe illegal settlements as quote unquote new communities. Just embarrassing. You have Joe Biden complaining nonstop about not getting enough time to speak. It really was irritating, but not as irritating as Mayor Pete interrupting everybody. You have Mike Bloomberg literally invoking 9/11 to make political points, and he did this on numerous occasions. And you have Mike Bloomberg claim that Bernie Sanders isn't electable because he can't win over moderate